Hi friends, welcome. Today we see the small information about Steve Jobs, an American businessman, inventor, and the founder of Apple. Steve Jobs in full Stephen Paul Jobs, born February 24, 1955, San Francisco, California. He was died October 5, 2011, Palo Alto, California. Co-founder of Apple Computer Inc., now Apple Inc., and the charismatic pioneer of the personal computer era. Founding of Apple. Jobs was raised by adoptive parents in Cupertino, California. Located in what is known as a Silicon Valley. Though he was interested in engineering, his passion of the youth varied. He dropped out of Reed College in Portland, Oregon, took a job at Atari Corporation as a video game designer in early 1974 and saved enough money for pilgrimage to India to experience Buddhism. Back in Silicon Valley in the autumn of 1974, Jobs reconnected with Stephen Wozniak, a former high school friend who was working for the Hewlett-Packard Company. When Wozniak told Jobs of his program in designing his own computer logic boards, Jobs suggested that they go into business together, which they did after Hewlett-Packard formally turned down Wozniak design in 1976. The Apple I, as they call the logic board, was built in the Jobs' family garage with money they obtained by selling Jobs' Volkswagen minibus and Wozniak's programmable calculator. Jobs was one of the first entrepreneurs to understand that the personal computer would appeal to a broad audience, at least if it did not appear to belong in a junior high school science fair. With Jobs' encouragements, Wozniak designed an improved model. Apple II completed with a keyboard molded plastic case manufactured to enclose the unit. Though Jobs had long unkempt hair and eschewed business grab, he earned publicity for the company Apple Computer, incorporated in 1977, the same year that Apple II was completed. The machine was an immediate success, becoming synonymous with the boom in personal computers. In 1981, the company had a record-setting public stock offering, and in 1983, it made the quickest entrance to the time into a Fortune 500 list of America's top companies. In 1983, the company recruited PepsiCo Inc. President John Sculley to be its chief executive officer, CEO, and implicitly Jobs' mentor in the fine points of running a large corporation. Jobs had convinced Sculley to accept the position by challenging him. Do you want to sell sugar water for the rest of your life? The line was shrewdly effective, but it also revealed Jobs' one near messianic belief in the computer revolution. Insanely great. During the same period, Jobs was heading the most important project into the company's history. In 1971, he led a small group of Apple engineers to a technology demonstration of the Xerox Corporation's Palo Alto Research Center (PARC) to see how the graphical user interface could make computers easier to use and more efficient. Soon afterward, Jobs, the engineering team that was designed Lisa's a business computer to head a smaller group building a lower cost computer. Both computers were redesigned to exploit and refine the PARC ideas, but Jobs was explicit in forwarding the Macintosh or Mac as the new computer became known. Jobs coddled his engineers and referred to them as artists, but his style was uncompromising. At one point, he demanded a simplicity because he considered it was unattractive. He would later be renounced for his insistence that the Macintosh be not merely great but insanely great. In January 1984, Jobs himself introduced the Macintosh in a brilliantly choreographed demonstration that was the centerpiece of an extraordinary publicity campaign. It would later be pointed as the archetype of event marketing. However, the first Mac were underpowered and expensive, and they had a few software applications, all of which resulted in disappointing sales. Apple steadily improved the machine so that it eventually became the company's lifeblood as well as the model for all subsequent computer interfaces. But Jobs' apparent failure to correct the problem quickly led to the tension in the company, and in 1985, Scully convinced the Apple's board of directors to remove the company's famous co-founder. Next and Fixer. Jobs was quickly started another firm, Next Inc., designing powerful workstation computers for the education market. His funding partners included Texan entrepreneurs Rose Farrott and Canon Inc., a Japanese electronics company. Although the Next computer was notable for its engineering design, it was eclipsed by less costly computers from competitors, such as Sun Microsystem Inc. In the early 1990s, Jobs focused the company on its innovative software system. Next step. Meanwhile, in 1986, Jobs acquired a controlling interest in Fixer, a computer graphics firm that had been founded as a division of Lucasfilm Limited, the production company of Hollywood movie director George Lucas. Over the following decade, Jobs built Fixer into a major animation studio that, among other achievements, produced the first full-length feature film to be completely computer animated, Toy Story, in 1995. Fixer's public stock offering that a year made Jobs for the first time a billionaire. He eventually sold the studio to the Disney company in 2006. Thank you friends. I believe something helped for you. A small information about the father of information technology, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, the best quotes for stay angry, stay foolish. Creativity is just conducting things. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please share, like and subscribe.